Jacqueline here with your Monday market update for Northumberland County, and today is April the 12th. Last week, we saw a total of 35 homes sell in Northumberland County, which was a reduction of about 30%. We also saw a total of 173 active listings, which was an increase by about 11%. So as I've been saying for quite some time now, not to sound like a broken record, but we certainly are very much in the middle of a market adjustment. Now, I've been saying this for some time that this would be coming, and with the news in terms of the new restrictions as it relates to a lockdown, it is not surprising that we are seeing a lower number of homes sell in a week. Not really much to be concerned about, as again, in a small market like Northumberland, that number can fluctuate quite a bit week over week. That all being said, we are certainly seeing those signs, and I think it's safe to say right now that we are within the middle of that adjustment period. We saw this happen in 2017 as well, and the way that I explain it is that everything that goes up must come down. But unlike what probably most people are reading in terms of headlines out in the media, we are not expecting a market crash. I know that media loves to talk about that as it's a great way to sell some papers and clickbait, but the reality is that's not likely to happen in Northumberland. But what we are seeing is an adjustment. So some examples of the adjustment is we are seeing a lot of homes in Northumberland that are holding offers, meaning that they are setting a specific date to look at offers and they are not selling on those offer dates. You've also probably seen some homes where they are listed at a lower price with the expectation they will be getting multiple offers on their offer date. They don't, and then they get relisted at a higher price. The other thing we are starting to see, which we have not seen for quite some time in Northumberland, is offers with conditions. I'm actually somewhat happy to say that I've been facilitating a lot of sales lately where we're actually seeing home inspection conditions and financing conditions again. This is actually overall a good thing because it shows us signs of a more balanced, healthy real estate market. Although it's fantastic when you're in the seller's shoes to have lots of offers and no conditions in them, we do actually as realtors like to see situations in which buyers are making more informed, educated decisions on the properties they're buying, and it's a little bit more of an even playing field. Now, the good news is that values do continue to remain strong in Northumberland. We are starting to see the market in terms of some changes as it relates to the overall inventory, but what we aren't seeing is any sort of signs of reductions in terms of the sale prices as of yet. All of that to say, it's extremely important right now that if you are thinking of selling your home, you hire someone who knows what they're doing. It's actually somewhat surprising to most consumers to know that the average realtor actually only sells about 4 houses in an entire year. And I can say from my experience, we are certainly seeing a lot of inexperienced, shall we say politely, realtors in the area listing homes where it's fairly evident that they're not very aware of the market dynamics and what's happening. So for example, in the event that you're in a specific lower price range and you have a particular property where there's a very good high demand for it, it still sometimes is a good strategy to price low, hold offers. If you have a home that is more of a luxury property or something on the higher end, that strategy often does not work. So again, prices are doing well, but it's really important that your realtor understand how exactly to market and strategize when it comes to the listing price of the property. Now, there are a lot of fabulous realtors in the local area. And again, that's why I say, I think if you're considering selling your home within the next few weeks, don't be concerned, prices are still doing well, but you want to have some pretty straightforward conversations with your realtors. A couple questions to ask people if you're interviewing is exactly how many homes have you listed and sold in the last 3 months? Again, a really important question because it would surprise most consumers to know that the vast majority of realtors have actually sold in terms of listings, very few. And again, the one way to look at it is if somebody doesn't have that level of experience, it's really hard for them to understand and know how to specifically price a property. Again, nothing to be concerned about. We saw this last year during the time in which we've had lockdowns and adjustment in the market. We've also seen it happen in 2017. You know, I'm a big believer that the market will continue to remain strong. We just have to change a little bit of the way that we do things. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime. And if you're like me and you're a market nerd, we have an exciting event coming up this week, of course, virtually. Steve Tabrisky, who is the CEO of Hallmark, is going to be doing a market update. So for everybody who enjoys watching my market updates about Northumberland, this is going to be more of a general update in terms of the real estate market. We will post a link to the event here, and we very much encourage any of those self-proclaimed real estate nerds like me to watch the event. He's an extremely intelligent man and has a lot of information and great insight on when it comes to the real estate market and what we are going to likely see for the next year. Until then, take care, stay safe, and please do your best to stay home. Take care.